Schneider, student athletes Brittany Harshaw and Reagan Williams. Coach, if you'd make an opening statement, please, and we'll get to questions.
I think as a coach, I've been really proud of how our team has defended the last two games, being as shorthanded as we are, really down to 8 players. And tonight, Samaya was probably at 40%, so felt really good about how we defended. Just didn't have the offensive punch to make enough baskets or free throws to win a game.
All right, questions? Raise your hand. Front left.
Coach, you lost Samaya there in the middle part of the third quarter. Is there any status update there on her?
She's just extremely banged up after a very long, physical season. Has logged a lot of minutes, and with our lack of depth, just hasn't had enough, rest, in particularly in games. I don't think it's anything that, a few weeks of recovery will show, I think is okay. I don't think there's structurally anything wrong.
Questions?
Hi, Brittany. James Madden with the University of Daily Kansan. Obviously, a game where offense was very hard to come by for both teams. You stepped up in the third and fourth quarter and kept your team in it. What was working for you offensively in a very physical game where both of you guys really had defenses clicking?
I would say more just like ball movement. We started moving the ball more, and we were getting more open shots. So just having the confidence to take those and having the belief in myself and knowing that my teammates believe in me too.
Behind you.
Question for all three. Just what was the message after the game in the locker room, and then also just what's your takeaway from this season despite all the death problems and injury issues and everything that you kind of had to manage throughout the season?
Yeah, I think very similar to what I said earlier. It's I think we're all really proud of how our young women have competed for each other, in particularly the last two games, despite a lot of adversity. Throughout the season, in terms of being shorthanded, I think it makes it very difficult sometimes to continue to improve when you have such limited practice. But these guys, especially on the defensive end, continue to grow and develop.
Brittany. I think it was all for all three, right? Okay, Brittany.
Like you said, we're a young team. I think we still had a lot of positives, even though we probably didn't get the outcome that we wanted. But we've grown a lot over the season. We've gotten closer with each other, and overall, just super proud of everyone too.
Yeah, I think a big emphasis was maybe a game didn't go the way we wanted it to. Everyone kept their heads up. No one was it's over. Everyone held each other accountable, and we were all there for each other.
Okay, middle left.
Yeah, Andy Mitz, all Jayhawks. With either the season over or a potential WNIT invite coming, what do you take from the end of this season with most of these players able to come back?
Well, I think we had a player like Reagan Williams, who obviously made the all-freshman team and had a terrific year for us, and I thought improved tremendously throughout the season. And we also had numerous other players who probably were in roles and played a lot more minutes than maybe they thought coming into the year due to injuries. And I think all that does is better position them from an experience standpoint to transition into whatever role that might be next year.
All right.
Trevor Butler from the University of Daily Kansan. A couple questions for you, Coach. Just looking back on the season as a whole, some of the bright spots, especially winning the Paradise Jam. What was that like for you guys as a team?
I thought it was, something at that point in the season for sure that we needed to celebrate. We were very, very young. we had Wybette Mayberry in that tournament, but we didn't have Brittany Harshaw. So I don't know that I definitely tell you we did not play a single game this year with a full complement of players. Jordan Webster, who's someone that we recruited and had very high expectations for, didn't play in a single game. So, hopefully next year we'll have a little bit better fortune when it comes to health and injuries.
And secondly, after the Utah game, before you guys were preparing to play, I believe it was your first back-to-back road game stretch of the season. You'd mentioned that that's kind of life in the new Big 12 with an expanded conference. What was that like for you in your first year in such an expanded conference like this?
Well, I think the 5-day road trips, were new for us. And you wish those could happen before school starts. I wish there was a way that we could figure out how to make that happen. It's tough. We missed 2 of the first 3 weeks of school with some of those road swings. So that's something I'd like the league. These young women probably don't want the league to reconsider, but I'd like to have them. I'd like to have them in class as much as possible.
Okay, in the middle left.
Tia Reed, the next. Reagan, I know Kansas campus isn't far from here, but what does it mean for you to be able to come back to your hometown and play in a tournament like this in front of friends and family?
I mean, it's a huge blessing, the support, everyone around, like the Kansas atmosphere is just crazy, everything about it's a blessing truly to be here. So yeah, I'm super proud to be in a Kansas jersey, no matter what the outcome is, no matter what, yeah.
Avery.
Avery Hamill, Lawrence Journal World. Coach, in your first meeting with Texas Tech, you relied a lot on that pick and roll with Reagan, got probably a dozen points from that. Didn't really go back to that today until probably the second quarter. Just what was your game plan coming in, especially with Elle not in the question tonight?
Well, I think, we probably missed her numerous times, I thought, on some open rolls. We also had some situations in the first game where we were able to attack their pressure where they overplayed Reagan, especially in the high post, and we were able to back cut them. They softened that up a little bit this game, which put us in a situation where those kind of things, weren't available. I thought we still got some good shots. Obviously, missed 6 free throws. Had enough open opportunities to win the game, just didn't make enough baskets.
Okay, far right, Greg.
Coach, Greg Eklund, Kansas Public Radio. While there's some uncertain days ahead for you, Adam Strom has done some remarkable things, and he's been very complimentary toward you. Do you have some words of offerings of what he's been able to do with that program?
I would say that Adam's been a tremendous example for our profession, for the Lawrence community, but maybe most importantly for his young women in an era and a culture where people move on pretty easily these days from commitments. But Adam has stuck with his players, has shown just in incredible integrity and character, and continuing to support them, while not being paid. And it's a very, very frustrating situation for those of us in the business who believe that, to invest in the education and the development of young people is something that should always be a priority, and in my opinion should never be part of budget cuts that impact people like Adam, and he's not the only one throughout the country, unfortunately, but have great respect for him and is a credit to our profession.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.